Now I'm here outside the Trump International Hotel in Washington, D.C. with Nigel Farage, who is the leader of the Brexit campaign, successfully got Britain to leave the European Union and is one of Donald Trump's most ardent European supporters. You've been following him, campaigning with him. What do you make of his chances in this election, Nigel?
Well, first thing to say, win, lose or draw, I mean, his performance over the last couple of weeks is unlike anything anyone in Europe's ever seen before. The guy is, I mean, he did 6 rallies yesterday. 6 rallies, 20, 30, 40,000 people. And these people aren't going out today just putting crosses on pieces of paper. They absolutely love him. That is a remarkable thing we've never quite seen the like of before. My view right now, and as you say, it's difficult to tell, he's looking like winning Florida. He looks like winning Georgia, Ohio. He's in a bit of trouble. So we're going to see all sorts of strange results state by state tonight, and you're right. The question is, will he get to 270 votes in the Electoral College? I think he will. And
what if he doesn't? What if he doesn't, Nigel? Because there's talk of real unrest on the streets, that his supporters will hit out.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You've got to stop this. All of you guys have got to stop this. This city is not boarded up because if Joe Biden wins, Trump's guys from Tennessee come in and smash the place up. This place is boarded up in case Donald Trump wins, because what we've seen since 2016, firstly with Brexit, secondly with Trump, is a globalist left who don't accept the result of democratic elections.
That may be true, but his party, the Republican Party, have challenged voter rights in certain states, in Harris County in Texas, where they were trying to invalidate some votes. Is there not a lot of people are saying there's a sort of loss of dignity in the democratic?
I think stopping voter fraud is a very worthwhile thing. I've seen in my country, the UK, I've seen the use of postal votes over the course of the last 20 years lead to fraud, intimidation, person after person goes to prison, and nothing ever gets reformed. And America's never had before, postal voting on this scale. Now, some states are doing it very, very well. Some states are making sure that the postal vote goes to the right person. Some states make sure when you go to vote, you've got to produce ID. Other states, it's a free-for-all. So I wouldn't criticise the Trump campaign for questioning the legitimacy of how some of these methods are used. But I repeat the point. This place has been boarded up because if Trump wins, the extreme left won't accept the result and will start rioting and looting. That's the truth of it.
Nigel, what happens? What should Trump supporters do if their president loses, if Joe Biden wins by an overwhelming, undeniable majority?
Look, do you know something? I promise you, I've been in there tonight with the Trump campaign team, people who put their lives into this, in many cases for a couple of years. If Joe Biden wins this fair and square, as democratic people that respect the whole process of democracy, they won't like it, but they'll accept it and get on with their lives. It's what democracy is all about. The point I'm making here is that we have a new globalist left who think they have a moral superiority over those on the conservative nationalist right and think that any means are acceptable to achieve their goals.
What's the difference then between a Trump or a Biden win for us, our viewers in Europe? What does it change from your perspective? A lot of people in Europe will be disappointed if Trump's re-elected.
Well, of course, but no. A lot of people in Europe will be thrilled if Trump's elected. Brussels will hate it if Trump's elected, and that's the point. If you think that Europe is the European Union, then I would accept the premise of your question. Look, Biden is a globalist, just as Obama was before him. They were anti-Brexit, pro-European Union. Trump believes in individual nation states, and the difference, as far as Europe's concerned, couldn't be clearer.
So you mentioned there the concerns about the unrest on the streets. A lot of people are expecting to be protesting this evening, potentially in tomorrow. I've seen you've been posting on Twitter sort of accusations of Antifa and all of this that's been going on.
Accusations, they're facts. Look, what happened in Philadelphia just a few days ago?
But these people feel arguably legitimately, without representation, without access to the system.
Far away from Martin Luther King, it's not true. All right? Martin Luther King, who I think we'd all admire, the leader of that great civil rights movement in America in the 1960s, said, I want my children to be judged, not by the colour of their skin, but by the content of their character. We now have Marxist organisations who masquerade saying they're about racial equality, who in fact are Marxist, anti-capitalist groups that want through violence to bring down the Western order.
Do you deny that black people in this country have a legitimate right to try and change what they see as systemic racism in the system?
People have the right to change all sorts of inequalities. but not through violence. That's the point. And of all the nights of a 4-year cycle, this is the night to say that if you want change in a country, whatever change that may be, whatever unfairnesses or perceived unfairnesses you see, you do it through the ballot box and not through violence.
Nigel Farage, thank you so much for joining us on Euronews this evening. And this is it, Isabel. There's a huge division in this country that will or won't be settled by this election, whether Joe Biden or Donald Trump takes the White House.